11 Unspoken signs your relationship might be on the rocks. Have you ever sensed that something is off in your relationship but couldn't quite put your finger on it? Relationships can be complex, and sometimes the signs that things are not going well can be subtle and unspoken. In this video, we will explore 11 unspoken signs that your relationship might be on the rocks. Recognizing these signs early can help you address the issues before they escalate and potentially save your relationship, but before we dive into these signs, I want to hear from you. Have you experienced any of these signs in your own relationship? Or do you have other insights to share? Please leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. Now, let's get started. 1. Lack of communication. One of the most significant indicators that your relationship might be struggling is a noticeable decline in communication. Initially, conversations may have flowed easily, filled with laughter and meaningful exchanges. However, if discussions have become less frequent or more superficial, it could indicate a shift in your connection. You might notice shorter responses or a lack of questions about each other's day. This reduction in communication can create feelings of distance and disconnection between partners. When communication decreases, it often leads to misunderstandings and assumptions that can further damage the relationship. If your partner seems uninterested in discussing important topics or avoids engaging with you altogether, it's essential to address this change directly. 2. Emotional distance. If one partner begins to withdraw emotionally, it can create a significant rift in the relationship. You might notice that your partner is less responsive to your feelings or seems preoccupied during conversations. This emotional distance can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness within the relationship. If they are no longer sharing their thoughts or feelings with you as they once did, it's essential to address this change before it becomes a larger issue. Emotional withdrawal can be particularly alarming as it often leads to further disengagement. If your partner is shutting down during emotional discussions or avoiding vulnerability altogether, it may indicate that they are no longer invested in the relationship. 3. Absence of affection. Physical affection plays a crucial role in expressing love and maintaining intimacy within a romantic relationship. If you notice a decrease in physical touch, such as holding hands, cuddling, or kissing, it may signal that something is amiss. A lack of affection can create feelings of rejection and confusion about where you stand with each other. If your partner seems less enthusiastic about physical intimacy or avoids it altogether, it's worth discussing how both of you feel about the state of your relationship. The absence of physical affection can lead to further emotional distance if not addressed. 4. Increased secrecy. If your partner starts being secretive, hiding their phone, avoiding discussions about their whereabouts, or being vague about their plans, it could signal emotional withdrawal from the relationship. Increased secrecy often raises suspicions and creates an environment of distrust. Red flags include withholding information about their day-to-day life. If they used to share everything but now seem guarded about their activities, it's worth noting. Being defensive when asked simple questions can also indicate that they're hiding something, or at least not being fully open with you. 5. Reduced interest in your life. When partners care for each other, they show genuine interest in each other's lives, asking about work, friends, and personal challenges. If your partner has stopped asking questions or showing curiosity about your life, it might suggest they are disengaging from the relationship altogether. You may notice them no longer asking about your day or ignoring updates about significant life events like promotions at work or personal achievements. If they forget important dates, like anniversaries or milestones, it can feel hurtful and signal that they are not as invested as before. 6. Less support during tough times. A supportive partner is essential during difficult times. This support helps strengthen bonds and build resilience within the relationship. If you find that your partner is no longer there for you when you need them most, whether emotionally or practically, it may indicate that they are losing interest. Signs of reduced support include not offering help when you're stressed out about work or personal issues. Instead of being there for you during challenging moments, they might dismiss your feelings during crises with comments like, "It's not that big of a deal." Failing to check on you during tough situations can also highlight their emotional withdrawal. If they don't seem concerned about how you're doing anymore, it could mean they're pulling away. 7. Avoidance of future planning. When partners are committed to each other, they often discuss future plans, whether it's vacations, moving in together, or long-term goals like marriage and family. If your partner has stopped discussing future plans with you or seems indifferent when you bring them up, it may indicate a lack of commitment. This reluctance to include you in their long-term plans can signal that they are not envisioning a future together anymore. If they avoid discussions about important future events altogether or dismiss ideas for trips with comments like, "We'll see," or "I'm not sure," it may suggest they are emotionally distancing themselves from the relationship. 8. Changes in intimacy. Intimacy goes beyond physical connection, it includes emotional closeness as well, and both aspects are essential for maintaining a healthy romantic bond between partners. If the intimacy between you has shifted, becoming more mechanical rather than affectionate, it might indicate that deeper issues need addressing. Signs to notice include less emotional sharing during intimate moments. If conversations during these times feel superficial rather than deeply connecting experiences filled with vulnerability and trust-building dialogue, something may be off-kilter within the dynamic between you two. Physical intimacy feeling routine rather than passionate can also signal disinterest. If there is little effort put into creating romantic experiences together anymore, like planning surprise dates, this could further illustrate how disconnected both partners have become over time. 9. Increased conflict. While disagreements are normal in any relationship, an increase in conflict, especially over trivial matters, can be a sign that deeper issues are at play. If arguments become more frequent or escalate quickly without resolution, it may indicate unresolved feelings or frustrations that need addressing. Pay attention to whether these arguments stem from underlying issues rather than surface-level topics being discussed. Frequent conflicts without resolution can create resentment and further distance between partners. 10. Indifference toward each other's happiness. A loving partner takes joy in your happiness. If they seem indifferent to how you're feeling or fail to celebrate your successes, it may suggest they're no longer invested in the relationship. This indifference can manifest as neglecting important events such as birthdays or promotions without acknowledgement. If your partner doesn't express happiness for milestones you've achieved or fails to comfort you during difficult times, this lack of emotional engagement can create feelings of loneliness within the partnership. 11. Gut feelings and intuition. Finally, one of the most powerful indicators that something might be wrong is your gut feeling or intuition. If something feels off in the relationship and you're experiencing persistent feelings of doubt or insecurity regarding your partner's commitment, it's essential to trust those instincts. Often, our subconscious picks up on subtle cues that our conscious mind may overlook. If you find yourself questioning whether your partner truly cares about you anymore, whether due to changes in behavior or communication patterns, don't ignore these feelings. They often stem from real concerns that deserve attention. Recognizing these unspoken signs can be challenging but essential for understanding the state of your relationship. If you've noticed several indicators manifesting over time, and especially if they've become more pronounced, it may be time for an open conversation with your partner about where things stand between both parties involved. Remember, communication is key. Share your thoughts related to these signs down below. I'd love hearing from you. What have been some red flags you've encountered? Or perhaps you found ways nurturing affection within relationships? Let's discuss. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you at all, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more content focused on relationships and personal growth. Until next time, take care and stay connected.